permission to do so on our sections. And so, of course, they did. They got a big, company from, South Florida come in, they had up like 10, 12 boats. And they did clean, they took a lot of muck and sediment from the entire lake. It looked great, fishing game, they restocked the lake, but within, the next year, big, muck piles was floating up from the center of the lake. And it has continued to, from the bottom to float up, it's now occluded the entire lake. And, even the, public boat access is inaccessible. There's so much vegetation that has grown on what has floated up that it is pushing the water up on the shore at least 10 feet farther than it has ever been. And, my husband had, contact, the Fish and Game Commission, asking them to please come back and, continue what the project they had started. They took over the lake, you know, to please make it accessible and a good fishing lake for the public. And, he did get a letter from, Mr. Patrick McCord, and he was referring us to ask for a reassessment of the lake, claiming that it would take so much money now that it's not practical to spend that much money on such a small lake. But to me, 100-acre lake is not a really small lake. And, my husband has since passed, so I'm here on his behalf to, I know there's more in number, so I'm asking for support of the community and of the commission to contact these people, and ask them to reassess and get Mystic Lake back to a lake that the public can use. I spoke with the county engineer here, and he asked me if there was any pictures, and there is, you know, pictures of what the lake used to be like, and this was back in 1951 on the commissioner's website. It's a beautiful cypress lake, you know, and then the pictures, you know, when we took it over, you can see the center of the lake is open. You know, around the edges there were tussocks and growth, but the center of the lake was beautiful. And when they cleaned or dredged the pond or the lake, I believe that they went too deep and they caused the interior of the lake to float up. Now, it's occluded. This was 2 years ago, and even now, you can't even see the water. You can't, I mean, the water isn't even visible anymore, much less usable. So, I have the numbers I'd like to leave and maybe publish, so maybe we can get people to reach out and say, give us back our lake. Make Mystic Lake a beautiful lake again like it was.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Mr. Kaufman, I'd like to ask the staff, write a letter to the, Wildlife Fishing Commission and, ask them for their advice on what can be done. If you would take care of that, please.
Can I read this?
Yes,
It's
yes.
for the numbers, it has the letter to Winston, and it has the people to contact.
Be glad to do it.
Thank you so
You're
much.
welcome.
All right, next, Shay Garcia. Come on up, Ms. Garcia.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Hope you all are doing well. Thank you for allowing me the opportunity to present before you guys today. Sorry, still waking up. I'm actually with WellCare Logistics, and we're a company that's locally owned and operated here in Madison. And our focus is on green energy, and we do not have the time frame to give a full visual presentation. So what we would like to do is request to be added to your agenda for your next meeting, so that we can give you the full visual presentation and show how Madison County, along with the citizens, can benefit from the collaboration with our community.
We'll put you on the agenda for the next meeting, ma'am. Thank you. Jim Lenoy.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How's everyone doing today? Good. Thank you for the chance to share a little bit with you. I'm one of several citizens that's concerned about the RV park. Since you guys are tabling that till next month, I'll speak a little more in detail at that time. Just to note some concerns that my understanding is that the original plan zoning will be pushed to 33 and 33 here that you guys approved last time. I know there's an issue of maybe 75 on the application, so I know it's something you guys will look at and address at the right time. So, there's a lot of issues that we're concerned about, and we'll go into greater detail in the next meeting. But I appreciate you guys listening to everyone and taking time doing what you do. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Okay. Robert Dixon.
My name is Robert Dixon. I live in Lee. I'm employed by the Middle Florida Baptist Association. It is my understanding that today you will reconsider removing the prohibition to sell alcohol on Sundays. If that is true, I would be greatly disappointed in all of you. At your meeting on the evening of June 26, I stood before you and suggested you drop the issue of allowing alcohol to be sold on Sundays. Others spoke against the idea as well. When Chairman Kelly suggested that a motion for such an ordinance would be in order, none of you said a word. All 5 of you commissioners were present that evening. To plain folks like me, that indicates the end of the issue. But apparently in today's world of Madison County politics, that was simply a pause to regroup and formulate another attack. This time with language that purposefully omits the word Sunday in the agenda item. Such political maneuvering is both deceptive and shameful. You heard the people speak that night. Madison County citizens, plain folks who believe your yes should mean yes, your no should mean no. But you all said nothing that night. You took no stand. You made no commitment to the people of Madison County. Instead, you bided your time to wait for a more opportune moment. In addition to that, you have conveniently omitted the June 26th agenda from your website. You have conveniently omitted that entire segment from your YouTube recording of the June 26th meeting. You appear to be trying to do everything possible to pretend that citizens, voters, were not present that night to speak against the notion of selling alcohol on Sundays. But they were present. They did speak. And they told you then they did not want alcohol sales on Sundays. Today I stand here on behalf of all those citizens who spoke to you that night to remind you of what they said. They told you they did not want alcohol sales on Sundays. For most of us here in Madison County, Sunday is a special day. There's no need to sell alcohol on Sunday. There's no demand across the county to sell alcohol on Sundays. And I'm deeply disappointed in your attempt to circumvent the will of the people with such political shenanigans as you appear to be conducting today.
All right, next we'll hear from Lisa Hill. You got stuff, Lisa.
Oh, comment?
I'm gonna put a hold to what you number 3 on the agenda.
Okay.
You put it, okay, I appreciate it. It's number 2, excuse me. Merv, Terry, you'll come next time I ask, Lisa to wait till we get by item number 3 there on the agenda.
I think he left.
Did Merv leave? All right, we'll, move right on down the agenda then. Constitutional officers, Sheriff.
Just briefly, Commissioners, unfortunately, the last few days I've been dealing with a pig scramble issue instead of dealing with the sheriff's office issues. Because it affects Madison County, I just want to make sure you're aware.
because of a pig scramble that happened at the Yogi Bear Park. I've been inundated again with emails and death threats from across the state. I haven't got one from China. I did get one from China on the cat caboodle thing, so that was a record. Jim, you ever gotten a death threat as far away as China?
Not for China.
That's a record. But at this point, this has become kind of a little national issue. And so I know you as commissioners will get complaints if you haven't already on our county website. So Jamie and I have spoken. I just wanted to make sure you understood Florida statute. Florida statute says that the Florida Department of Agriculture and Consumer Services is their jurisdiction for the protection of livestock in the state of Florida. So I'm referring everything to them. The thing that would come under my jurisdiction is animal cruelty, and this is not an animal cruelty case. And that's our stance on it. They've gone as far as pulling Mr. Reagan's franchise over this thing. So I just wanna make sure y'all are aware of that, so that when you get questions, instead of referring them to me, you can just refer them straight to the state, to Nikki Freed, and maybe she'll be not smoking marijuana or on a marijuana campaign, and be able to take it home. But that's where that needs to go. I don't have time to deal with pig scrambles. But I would ask you to, you may wanna think about that because of the county sanctioned pig scrambles that we have in the future. The second thing that I'm gonna ask commissioners is if y'all take the stance to cancel our firework program or suggest one, the council, do not call the sheriff's office to ask us to come enforce it. You can call the state fire marshal's office, you can call Jim Fenoy, he might wanna come do it. But I'm not gonna come to stand and cancel a fireworks program over anything that was initiated by a county officer. So that's all I'm gonna say about that. And that's the rest of it. Thank you, here.
Thank you.